Ill. Yes, I. Blessed. Yes. Actually to all the ancestors and, actually to all the ones who are fight for a better world, black people for dwell in her. Well, we see a whole lot of people about Black Lives Matter. But not for the same ones who about Black Lives Matter who look like us, a fight against us. Yes. Because today, I'm going to talk about this thing that hurt me, man. Yeah, this ruling in Jamaica by the Jamaican Court. When they ban a little Rasta youth from go to school. Last video me do, not the last one. Me did a video on it before and me burn a fire upon some Rasta who not see nothing. Some Rasta have big platform and not see nothing. A little after me do me set up, put up my video, me see man like Buju come and see something. Now for them, me still not see them see nothing. Mount and send up on them Instagram, but then you talk about it on the cutting edge, on the radio program. Respect that still. But me feel like if Rastafarians in general, especially Rasta, not for the Rasta, them have a big following on a big platform. Should organize. You understand? Because we can just sit back and allow the powers that be to discriminate against us. But before me go on, I want to play a little piece here where the news in Jamaica, all the audio clip where the news in Jamaica talking about it, the lawyer that is representing the family of the little child, and also the father spoke, and there's a clip on it.
How you doing, Daddy?
I'm fine, Leo. There's a clip on it where the child mother, there's a recording where she got into some kind of back and forth with, must be the principal and some people at the school. So I'm going to play it for you.
Oh, no.
So you can listen to it and then more are going to because I have some things to say, and I sit right with me. Yes. Listen.
Colonial Court today ruled in favor of the Kensington Primary School, which barred a Rastafarian student from attending the institution. The child's family expressed disappointment with the ruling and are now considering taking the matter to the appeal court.
Dale and Shireen Virgo put on a brave face after leaving court on Friday. They'd been embroiled in an almost 2-year court battle with the Kensington Primary School in Portmore St. Catherine over their daughter's hair. She's a Rastafarian. The parents were told in 2018 that in order for the child to be admitted to the school, she would have to cut her hair. The school arguing that it was for health reasons and it did not want a lice outbreak. Legal action was taken and the court ordered the school to admit the child.
They don't want a lice outbreak. So they must say, if you have dread, you have lice. Alright.
Pending the outcome.
It's like saying, if you're black, he's a weed header, or he's a thief. You understand?
Of the case. Lawyers representing the Virgos had been arguing that denying the child admittance to the school because of her hair was a breach of her constitutional rights. The court, however, ruled Friday there was no breach.
I would say respectfully that I'm hurt as a black man to know that in this country there are schools that can tell your kids to cut your hair because you have lice. The constitutional rights is the freedom of expression. Your right to religion, belief.
Is that the lawyer speaking, And he's a man with dread too.
And conscious, equality before the law, equity, access to education. It should not be on the basis that your hair is if you have dreadlocks here, that you have to cream your hair or you have to conform. Conforming is still a slave construct, and our constitutional rights, it's very new. The charter is very new, and every opportunity to test it is something that we certainly will always do.
In expressing disappointment with the outcome of the case, the child's father, Dale Virgo, referred to what he deemed as the continued systematic racism and discrimination in the form of hair.
Look at the world stage right now, in 2020, Black Lives Matter, and, everywhere, people are declaring that, and we have to continue to fight and to declare that, we have a voice, we matter, Do not erase our heritage or Africanness, So that is very important, So we're still hopeful, we're still optimistic, and we're gonna fight along with ISAT, to, the farthest we can go with the courts.
We failed in our attempts to get a comment from the Kensington Primary School. It's now left to be seen whether the school will allow the child to continue her education at the institution. Come September, she will be in grade 3.
That's the policy of the school board. The ministry can't go.
And it is not something we took on because the classrooms are hot. We have a situation where the call here just to wash here. We have the call here to take, remove children. Here, kiss
And again, that's discrimination. If you're saying my daughter's hair is going to be stink and licey versus a next person who has natural hair.
Avoiding that.
You understand?
We are avoiding that. You are clean.
No.
We are clean.
There
You
is
are
no
clean.
difference.
You are
Once you
clean.
have hair on your head, you need to wash it. You need to take care of your hair.
Not
So
everybody
that
does.
in itself is discrimination.
Not everybody
If you're gonna
does.
sit here and believe that my child here is more at risk of getting lice, really?
Miss, I'm speaking.
Don't tell me from experience. Do not tell me from experience.
Of course, you are talking.
But look at the little child here. Does this look like a hair that have lice to you? Huh? Look at it. Me a Rasta, me have dread. Me never get lice yet. All me grown people have lice. Me never get none.
Talking to a principal
And
of
right
18
now-
years of the school.
right now-
You're talking to a principal with
And
35
right now-
year teaching. And I am saying me some experience.
Yes,
we have
your
had so many
experience.
parents coming
But
to the
do not tell me that my child has a greater risk because of the heat and her hair that she gonna get lice in her hair versus any other person here.
That is just one.
You cannot make that assumption.
Well,
Based
our
on
education-
experience, I don't care if it's 100 years of experience, you cannot make that assumption.
Mr. Robinson, that's a PTVP.
All right.
PTVP.
And I'm not gonna stand up here any longer, right?
Just 1 minute.
No, nobody else is gonna come here and try and bombard me.
PTA, come
Right.
here.
They're gonna call 10 people against one person right now.
No, against you because you
So,
but you
no,
put it
I'm
on
gonna
Facebook.
leave.
The whole world.
I'm gonna leave right
no,
now.
the whole world. The whole.
I'm gonna leave right
the
now.
whole world is against us now because it's on Facebook.
You and ministry,
It is on Facebook.
deal with it,
Because you're not dealing with it.
and then
Mr.
we'll take it from
Robinson.
there.
Yes, the mother is right. Just go on and leave them. Come talk about we put them on Facebook. The whole all against you. Because it's foolishness you do. Black discriminated against black. This is where we go on. This is where we reach right now. You see? And now, this thing is really hurtful enough. We hear a mother speaking about this. Somebody who has said that your child is more susceptible to lice because they have dreadlocks. It's idiot behavior. You understand? Don't send people thinking. And we make a video the other day, and me look out against them and call them house slave. But guess what? House slave too good for call them, Because when you look back in the history, and the house slaves them that used to work in the master house on the slave plantation them. See? Them used to, black people was not allowed to congregate and speak with each other unless if them got church. And when them can't talk certain things in the church, the sisters them who working at the master house used to plot them here in what them call cane row in a certain way to send certain message. And they will be sending messages like, alright, when them know the master na day, because them hear everything when the master talking, they go and tell the other brethren them, well the master na day, So tonight come, burn down the master house, kill him wife and him picnic them. But guess what? You see today, these so-called, these ones that we like into the house slaves and them, they might do the house, they might bring the name, they might make the name house slave. I don't even know how to put it. They are a disgrace to what the term you will give to a house slave. Yes, because at least the house slave them in a fight with we. See? Them not tell when the master if he come burn down your house and kill him wife and picnic them. But them one here is against we. That's why we call them bossy slaves and burn up breadfruit. You know what I say? Yes. And You see all this thing with here, you know. I can remember as a little youth, when you go to school, especially September time, and when school give a break, your parents and grandparents okay, you go cut your hair if you go to school. And where we get this from? It coming from slavery. Because I'm sure you've seen, if you don't know this, when the Europeans them seen, they not capture Africans for carry to the Western Wall for enslave them. They used to shave them hair. When they pass through the door of no return before you go there, you shave your hair. And even in Africa, when man a catch slave, catch man, if we sell a slave, them cut your hair because I read about a prince or a king in Africa. I can't remember if I've been in one of them places. He went to sell a slave and some other people catch him and shave him head for make him look like a slave and them sell him. So all the ones them out there who are shave up them head and do all type of things. Regine, you know even the history. He's a slave. That's what you do. A slave you can't form into. It's like you're surrendering to be a slave because you're shaving your own hair for yourself. You have nothing about you. You're conforming to be accepted. Seen? By massa picking on them. Is that a go on? You don't have no rebellious spirit in you. You're not ready yet. Just like some of these sisters. And check this woman here. Watch how I vilify the pitney. School principal or whoever she be. I bet you one of them will press them here with iron comb and straighten them here if look like white people. Yes. You see some sisters just have some wig on them here. Them pass next to you and the little breeze blow. And them here stink. Because them have on this wig. Actually look like white people. And everybody in my family know them. I burn out anybody in my family who wear a wig and press here and go a salon and do up here, you know. Everybody. Me not have to say no more, but them know me just burn them out. See? And all these people with this Eurocentric Judeo-Christianity mindset. They should know the story about Samson in the Bible. Samson was a judge and he had locks, 7 locks. Read the book of Judges. And this Bible say that was his strength. All these pharaohs in Egypt, they had dreads, long hair. You understand? You look in ancient Africa, all these kings everywhere, all the judges in Israel, they had dreads. And even if you look, even in Europe, you look at all these kings. Right? All them had long hair. So when you come down and shave off your hair, to seek acceptance from these people, Virgin, you just look like a slave. And all the sisters them, watch I take out the kink out of them here. You understand?
Oh my gosh.
Very quiet, please. You understand? So this thing is really upsetting, man. You know? Because, yo, when I look at it, you know, we call ourselves black people. I would say we're proud to be black and all of that. But yet, we are fighting down we own people. You know? And I remember as a youth growing up, you used to hear people, the elders them, cussing out them own kind. Them own grand picnic and tell them how them hair look like goat shit and all type of thing. And them have bad hair. Which cut the hair. And we see the same thing I come back today. Look at dreadlocks not unique to Rasta man, to Rastafarian, you know. Because you have a lot of people in the world. From India to ancient Africa to the Mama in Kenya. All over. So much, too much to mention. You used to have dreadlocks. Ethiopia. You have some high priests in Ethiopia. Up to this they have dreadlocks. They're not Rasta. So, we, the descendants of slaves from the Caribbean, see, our locks It give us something, man. Don't come, it's not just here. You understand? It's something we get from it, man. It means something to us. Spiritual. A lot of you out there, when you go look at work, you shave up your hair to look acceptable to people. But them still not accept you. Them still see you as a nigger. A slave. A man like me with my dread and my beard. Get more respect for white people than all of you. Or shave up our head. We go all over Europe. With my dread and my beard. I know for you Christians who fight on Rasta. You see in Bible, well, it's a contradictory book, you know. Because your part of it I tell you, it's a shame for a man to have long hair. But then you have another part to tell you, when a man take a Nazarite vow, you're not supposed to cut him here. You're not supposed to leave the razor upon him here. You understand? But yet all these Christians I fight against it. You know, it's a good thing I wait till this afternoon if I do this video because I was in such a rage this morning. I think I might have come and use a lot of profanity. And it now don't look good on my part. But as a black man, as a Rasta, as a man with dreadlocks, it hurt me to see that I go on in this day and age. You know? It hurt me to see that I go on. Yeah. That black people are fighting on black people. And Rasta get this kind of fight, yeah. I remember not so long ago, you know. It's funny. I was talking to my mother and I mentioned something about my son wanting dreadlock. She jumped up and said to me, "So you go lock the child here?" Like if something wrong with that. But yet, they might put all kind of chemicals in them here. Yeah, it's funny. I remember, not to say mention a famous person, but he said one that most people will know. When Jay-Z and them wife had them little daughter and them not coming here. And them just leave she here for grow naturally. All but black people, oh, they can't do something to the hair. They can't do this, they can't do that. For what? Why? So I don't understand what all this fight about. You know? Yeah. This fighting Rasta. Rasta who come and teach black people to love them here. And love themselves. And love them black features. And we come and see them still fight it. But I guess it's because some black people still don't love themselves up to this day. And I try to seek acceptance. And a lot of you sisters out there, you all kind of weave. And all kind of Brazilian weave and Indian here and all type of thing. But yet, when you see a brother with a woman who is not black, you have all kind of things to say. But yet, you're not proud of your black heritage. You wear false hair, fake nails, you bleach. Like, Lion Hill sing a tune. What she say? Fake hair like Europeans. Nails like you're Korean. Come again, sister. Something so. You know? So yeah, man. Black people, you need to find yourself. Because in this day and age, you come and see, them a ban a little youth from go to school. Because you have dreadlocks like me. Look at University of England and get a law degree. With my dreadlocks on my head. Yes. So I don't understand this fight. You have a lot of professionals, a lot of business people are Rasta. I mean, watch Jamaica. Jamaica fight Rasta and Rasta. Up to this day, if you go to the Jamaican Tourism Board, they have a picture of Bob Marley with a spliff in him out. And he still a fight Rasta. So much Rasta is a prison for ganja. Now you have politicians and former police officers in the ganja industry and make money off of it. What a bunch of hypocrite. You know? So yeah, here we are in 2020. I know people talk about Black Lives Matter. And I'm going to fight racism and this and that. But we fight down Rasta. We still discriminate against Rasta to this day. A little child. You take a court. School what court. But the parents say them go fight it. Yeah, man. I'm there in the fight with them. Me there with them, man. But this is why you see sometimes, as much as we speak up for black people, yeah, some black people, we feed them with a long spoon. Yeah, man. You don't talk about enemies from within. Sometimes with some people, like, some, you don't even know if you call them, call them not friends. You ever seen people that say with friends like this, you don't need no enemies. Yeah. You know? Because, you know, some kind of ignorance made people say about Rasta. And some negative things made them say about Rasta with them dread. It's in the Caribbean. The most negativity me anybody say about Rasta. Just because a man have dreadlocks. Yeah. So, me not know Rasta do them. Because, you know what? Me feel say, Rasta take enough of them woman, you know. Me feel so. Well, me know of one politician who used to be the Prime Minister of Vinci. A Rasta man, me take him wife. Yeah. Rasta man, been up his wife. His wife dead now. Everybody know me I talk about. Prime Minister of Vinci, James Mitchell. Yeah, Rasta man, me take him wife. And the Rasta man did do something I had to go to court, and he rang the magistrate at the time and said make sure he send the Rasta to prison. And the man was the magistrate at the time. Me shame to say who he was. Because he make a prime minister take him and turn him into a puppet. But me him thought this story. I'm a businessman, me never thought, man. And my father me thought this story. Yeah. Because he was the magistrate at the time in my island. Yeah. May he rest in peace. Rasta take the prime minister, man. Rasta must spit on some tourists. And ring my father was the magistrate at the time and tell him, make sure you send the Rasta man to prison. And his wife, she done dead and gone too. Go and cry and try say, give him a chance, but the bigger man don't call and say, make sure you send around the man there. Poor Rasta get 3 months. So long time I fight against Rasta, when me feel, I must say all them things, Rasta take them woman and thing. Yeah, so, me no story Rasta man take with Prime Minister woman. In my island, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Rasta man me take with Mitchell woman. Yes. Yeah, your wife Pat. I back way. And I lie me attack. True me attack. And him interfere. Him call my father and say send the Rasta jail. Make sure him go to jail. Shoot me attack. Yes, man. Not a lie. You know? So you go maybe that way them hate Rasta so. And if you look at this brethren, who the speak at the house in Jamaica. It's a, let me see me just show a picture of this, bro. This man look, man. It's an old man with a blonde wig on his head, you know. Yeah. So up to this day, we are seeking acceptance from these white people. So how is anything supposed to go good for we? When we have people in high positions. You understand? Wearing these blonde wigs. And when they talk, people try to shoot you down. And they don't want to hear it. But that's where you go. Yeah, that's where you go. It's not, we don't make it up. It's not a story me attack. Yeah. Make sure I picture this man. Colonial Charles, Senior, Speaker of the House of Representatives in Jamaica. Look him there. A black man with a blonde wig on his head. So what we expect? When in our society we have these bossy slaves who hold up the white man's order and fight against we own. System rotten from within, man. Yeah. So what we do? Sit down watch them discriminate against we. After all the discrimination we face as people. Still in a fight Rasta. He might have another Coral Gardens massacre in Jamaica again. Another back a wall. Not so long ago in our Caribbean island in Dominica, if you have a license firearm and you see a Rasta man, you can just pull out the gun and shoot him on sight. I think that was in what? 70s or early 80s, something like that. Go check it out. Yeah, not a joke thing. You understand? Let me check it out. Yeah, in Dominica, them had a law where you could have killed a Rasta man. Yeah. I'll tell you the exact year. Bear with me. Is that no joke? The law aimed to stem the spread of the influence of the Rasta movement in Dominica by giving police and citizens the right to shoot other citizens on sight without question if those people had dreadlocks and induce fear and mistrust. Yes, in Dominica, like somebody wrote about it 6 years ago. I think I'll post a link about it, man. Me try and find the exact year. And that was going on. So yeah. And we see 2020, the court in Jamaica, the island that gave birth to the Rastafarian movement. I ban Rasta Pitney from going to school. Yeah, it was called the Dread Act in the 1970s. The qualities of the Jaco flats and the presence of the Jaco steps that made them valuable. Yeah. The Maroons and the Jaco made them again valuable for the Rastafari. Yeah, because Rasta had to go and seek refuge from prosecution and the Dread Act. Yeah, they have to go seek. Yeah, yes, man. And the Maroons had to give them refuge. In Dominica, in the Caribbean. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. So this is how we reach again. 1974. They passed this act. Look here. The Prohibited and Unlawful Societies and Associations Act, known as the Dread Act. You hear that? The Prohibited and Unlawful Societies the Prohibited and Unlawful Societies and Associations Act, also known as the Dread Act, was in 1974 Dominica law that was designed to combat Rastafarianism. It's not a joke. Prime Minister Patrick John and the Dominica Labour Party spearheaded the effort to pass the bill in the House of Assembly of Dominica. The bill was passed unopposed by members of Dominica's Freedom Party. Yes. Eugenia Charles voiced opposition to the bill shortly after it was passed, but took no steps to repeal it during the tenure as a House representative. When Charles became Prime Minister in 1980, she initially decided not to repeal the act. However, after Jeds living in the woods kidnapped a prominent citizen, the government decided to revamp the strict parameters of the Dread Act. On February 16, 1981, the House of Assembly passed the Prevention of Terrorism Temporary Provisions Act, finally acting on the recommendation of the DDA Committee, Section 18. The new legislation repealed the Dread Act. So you see that? Rasta had to kidnap somebody in order to get them to repeal this Jed Act, where a man could have shoot a Rasta on sight. Yeah, and police. Yeah, Rasta who live in the hills have to kidnap a prominent citizen in order for the government to act. So look like that we have to go do now, no? For Rasta get rights now. We have to start kidnap people. Yeah. Because that's what they have to do in Dominica. In the 1980s. 1981. Up until 1981, 1 year before I born. So just the other day, could have just kill a Rasta man so. The Dominican residents and law enforcement were granted immunity from prosecution for assaulting and murdering Rastafarians in Dominica. In 1975, the government announced an amnesty for Jews living in the forest. However, the groups did not trust the government and refused to accept. See? The committee led by Reverend A. Didier concluded the majority of Dominica's Dread population was made up of peaceful activists and the Dread Act should be annulled and replaced. Yes, a new law to design and combat terrorism. However, the government rejected the committee's findings. So this is how we do, man. You know? Remember back in the day now, when Rasta get locked up in holy and chimmy Dread, you know? So the kind of thing Rasta used to face. But look like nothing has changed. We look like white people more accepting of Rasta than we own black people. Because the Europeans them leave the Caribbean and put some bossy slave in charge. Because I tell you, them not house slave because house slave used to put corner and something hairstyle in them head. For tell the other slaves them on the plantation on the master and they say them go kill him wife and pick them and burn down him house. You know? And the shaving of head that a lot of black people don't know. After the slave master them find out where go on. Them start to even shave we head when they done in slavery. Even the woman them used to have to shave them head to them. Used to shave the woman them head too. Because them fear that having hair is a rebellious thing. Because them now we communicate and send the messages. So that's how we used to go on. So when a man a shave out them head, he just conform and accept slavery, man. Because that used to go on. And all the ones them who perm them hair and try to make it soft and damage them hair with all kind of chemicals and all kind of comb to make it straight. When them go tongue out, them go look at work. You know no better than a bleacher. You know no better than a woman or a man who bleach them skin. Are the same thing. You all love yourself, man. So all of you who go to a salon and put on a wig and weave and bleach your skin and press your hair. All of you guilty. Just as guilty for the prosecution of Rasta throughout the years and we see go on now. Because I don't know why them hate Rasta so, especially the Christian them. All Moses why I used to talk about in the Bible. All the man they had judged because them say him go up in the hills and come back and he had 7 locks. Read the Bible, it'll tell you. So the Bible I hold on to had up a man in the dreadlock, Samson, who was a judge in Israel. All the pharaohs them were kings. I'm not let the pharaoh them. But all the judges them in Israel were kings. The same Israel I hold up. All the judges them in Israel, sorry, not kings, were dread. They had long hair and dread. So all of you know, what cut the hair? I just slavery you conform to, you just accept slavery. And all the ones that you are run and go a barber shop and chim up here, and all type of foolishness. Everybody die, man. Anyway, I didn't leave it today, with this topic, But who knows, might come back on it again because it's something close to me. Yeah. And me can just sit down and close my mouth and not say nothing. So don't know. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Bless it.